Hello. Good morning. Okay. Yes. for giving us the great privilege to organize this webinar. Before we proceed, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all the participants for their overwhelming response to take part in this event during the lockdown. Today, we are having the three speakers, Dr. N.S. Poonawalla sir, Dr. Rita Rangnekar, and Dr. Firdaus Sharaf. Before just handing over to the speakers, I would just like to give a brief up about our college and certain rules and regulation about the career for MMS admissions. Myself, Dr. Shrikesh Pujari, HOD and Director of KC College of Engineering, Management Studies and Research, MMS Department. I feel proud to we have just received icons of Thane from Economic Times. Our dynamic leader, Dr. Harsh Khanna Madam, has received this particular award. We have received a lot of awards. From that particular awards, certain awards have been posted over here. We have received ABP News National Education Award for Excellent Leadership in Education 2019. We have been awarded as the Excellence Engineering and Management College in Thane 2019 by Radio City. We have been awarded Best Engineering and Management College in Thane District Award 2019 by ICON. We have received Midday Award of Excellence in Education in Engineering and Management Studies for the year 2018. We have been awarded Excellence in Education in Engineering Management Studies of the year 2019 and 18 by Midday. The highlights of our college is our training and placement cell. E-cell, that is entrepreneurship cell, has our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji said Atmanirbhar. So we are also promoting entrepreneurship cell in our college, and we have created many of entrepreneurs, and we have supported the entrepreneurs to do overcome all the difficulties and survive in the market. We also have YRC cell, SAGI, Rotract, Club, NSS, National Service and Scheme. We have a training and placement cell. We do career counseling of our students, technical skill trainings, aptitude training, soft skill trainings. We have a dedicated team of our placement cell, which is headed by Dr. Ravi Prakash and his team. We are giving 100% placement assistance, and I'm very happy to share in this lockdown period also, we were able to place our 100% students who are keen to do the job. We have a very good industry exposure and institute connect. We have industrial visit to SEBI, Bombay Stock Exchange, RBI, and various companies where students get the knowledge. We conduct short seminar by requesting the companies, and we have a very good industrial connect with the industry. Our campus recruitment, these are the campus recruitment. These are the companies who support us to come in our campus and recruit the students. Every year, majority of the students are placed in top companies. If you can see the graph, 40.6% students are placed in Infosys, in LTI 18.8, Tata Consulting Services 7.8, Sankey Solutions 18.8, Unique Kisco 14.1. So we are able to achieve the 100% placement every year from the day we have started our college. We have team of entrepreneurs. We are the second rank in National Entrepreneurship Challenge by IIT Bombay 2018. Yogesh Karunakar sir is heading the entrepreneurship cell, and he is truly motivating our students to come up with the new product and to make them understand the market and survive in the market. We organize talk of entrepreneurs. We have a very good support of MSME, and we even have very good seminars conducted by the MSME. We have taken the social initiative by our college by book donation drive, by an NSS, beach cleaning drive. So we are into the social initiative also. These are some of the glimpses of the awards that we have received for the social initiative. We have blood donation camp, tree plantation, flash mob. The special assistance and enrichment activities for the students. We take remedial and makeup classes if the student is facing any difficulty in their studies. for any subjects particular. For example, a student is coming from the BSc background, or if coming from the science background and he's opting for MMS, in first year there are certain subjects like accounts where she faces difficulties. For that particular difficulties, we take a separate remedial lectures wherein that particular student with 4 or 5 students, we privately take them and we teach them and make them understand the concepts. We have a sponsorship, and we sponsor the innovative projects. We have a scholarship and honoring with awards to the academic toppers. We have professional and personal mentoring. We have very good visiting faculty team who are from the industry, and they come and have a talk. We give the add-on courses like Tally 9.0, Advanced Excel, Digital Marketing, Soft Skills session to our students free of cost. There are different types of MBS in MMS specialization like finance, marketing, operations, human resources, information system. So as per your interest, you can opt for this particular specialization. There are only these 5 specialization that is offered by the Mumbai University. As per the new guidelines of AICT has told, like they have given the letter to the university for not considering any of the examination. Like if the student has not given the CET, CAT, ATMA or MAT, they will be allowed to take the particular MBA seat this time. This has been recommended by AICT. Now it should be opted by the Mumbai University. We are waiting for the approvals, and this is the I have just given the glimpse of the AICT notification and the paper ad article that was given. So this year, if the student is not given the examinations like CET, MAT, GMAT, they can also opt for the MMS, but they have to wait for the university approval. As this is a pandemic situation, there is a lot of confusions, and the AICT will be publishing the new guidelines according to it. To contact us, you can. Our address is near to Thane East, Migbandar Road, near Sadhguru Gardens, hardly 5 minutes walkable distance from Thane East Station. These are the mobile number where you can get connected with us. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Poonawala sir, who is BE Med Engineering, PhD from IIT Kharagpur. Sir is a very knowledgeable person, having a vast experience of 40 to 50 years. Dr. N.S. Poonawala is graduated in Meteorological Engineer from COE Pune in 1967. Working with the various Firoz foundries, he did his research R&D labs of Mukund Iron and Steel Company Limited, saving the company ₹60 lakh. He got his ME Foundry Research for this work in 1977. Then he joined academic of VJTI and rose from lecturer, assistant professor, and finally to HOD in 2003 and 2005 in the Department of Production. Sir, I welcome you. Sir is a Dean Director in our college. Sir, I welcome you for the further process. Punala sir, your mic is mute. Mic is mute.
Okay, can you hear?
Yes, sir. Now we can. Welcome, sir. Please, you can take forward the further.
Welcome you all. See, management as a discipline is very important in life. Whether you have to manage yourself, manage the people in your family, the relationship in industry, your colleagues, your nation, your state, everywhere you have to do a lot of things where you have to get your work done, go ahead in life. But I understood that management teaches you so many things. One is that it teaches you how to be self-confident, how to be self-reliant, how to be professional. You can start your initiative and you also have to finish. That means you should have initiative as well as initiative. You have to be a responsible citizen, take responsibility, coordinate all activities, and then ensure optimum use of all resources. So management is one of the things which everyone, even if you are a graduate in engineering, I would advise that you should get a degree in management because it helps you on a longer run in your life. I have not done my MBA as such, but during my career as teacher, I have learned a lot of things of MBA subject by teaching to my product engineering students. I was teaching production and operation management. Along with that, I have also picked up many other principles of management. So, without taking much time, I would like to invite our first speaker, Dr. Rita Rangnekar. Is she there? Dr. Rita Rangnekar? Dr. Rita Rangnekar. I'll introduce meanwhile. I think she's joining in a minute or two.
She has already joined, sir. Actually, some Roshan Nangrekar. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Doctor,
yes.
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Yeah.
Can you see me? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, the video is on. So you can start the
Yes,
introduction.
yes. I will be introducing Dr. Rita Rangnekar, who is at presently, she is the Dean of Institute Building at IBS, that is ICFI Business School at Powai, Mumbai. She is having more than 30 years experience in HR, business, academics. She is university gold medalist in HR and English literature. It's a very good combination. HR, and she is also having gold medal in English literature. So we have to be a little careful. She is having PhD in management, and she specializes in branding, HR, EI, behavioral and soft skills. And she does a lot of work on MDP, Management Development Program, and CSR activities. Her experience spans 22 years in recruitment, corporate training, conducted unique workshop on communication skills, competency mapping, teaching effectiveness, leadership and team building, performance and human capital management. She has worked in IT and IT-enabled services companies, pharmaceutical and hospitality with Mahindra Days Hotel and Resort, Ranbaxy Laboratories, and Datamatics Technologies, etc. She has delivered training program at BPCL, FICCI, LIC, Reliance Industry, ICSI, HCC, MTech Software, JK Files, and so many other places. She has conducted many FDP for educational institutes such as BNIMS, SM Shetty College, Dr. D.Y. Patil, and Biotech in such Pune and others. She is a past chairman of ISTD, where I came in contact with Dr. Rita because I am also a member of ISTD. She was awarded this faculty for institution building at IBS Mumbai twice in 2012 and 13 and 16, 17, and was invited by American Consulate for in conversation with Rashmi Bansal.
So, so I think that's a quite a long one. So I think
Then I'll
yes,
finish in 1 minute. 1 minute.
yes,
He
no,
won the Devan Mehta Award for Best Professor in HRM in 2013 by DMA. One among 100 academic heads to receive Professor Y.K. Bhushan, 100 most dedicated teachers of India by World Education Congress in November 2017. So with so much uh, laurel to her credit, I think we have a very good speaker to listen to, and she is responsible for IBS brand building, institution building, management development program, and CSR activities IBS. So welcome, Dr. Rita Rangnekar, for her session now. I hand over to her.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Dr. Poonawala, Dr. Firdos, Dr. Shrikesh, uh, Professor Hassan, respected faculty members who are all present here today, and my very, very dear students. I don't know whether you can see me because I can't see me right now over here. So I guess, assuming that all of you can see me, the sir has been very, very kind and to introduce me in such a bright light. And he said she has many, many laurels to her credit. Children, I would just like to tell you that there is one laurel which I had today, which unfortunately I'm not able to show you. My computer hung about 2 minutes back, and I've logged in from another PC, and therefore I don't have my PowerPoint here right now. So I hope with the way I talk to all of you, I'm able to compensate for what I would have otherwise shown you on a PowerPoint. What was written on the slide was just text matter. Nothing that I'm going to say now was not there on the PowerPoint, and therefore within the next 20 minutes. So how much time do I have?
Around 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
25
Okay.
minutes, 30
Yes.
minutes.
So in the next 20 minutes, I would like to speak to all of you about management, careers in management. And since Dr. Poonawalla has asked me to speak to you about careers in human resource management, let's try to discuss what does one mean by having a career in management. Now, let's have a little bit of interaction, and therefore, sir, are they allowed to unmute themselves? Are people allowed to talk, or am I to be the only person to talk? So my question to all of us over here is, what is management? So typically after one finishes graduation, there is a lot of talk on how do I make my career? And what is management? And what do I mean by making a career in management? To some people, making a career in management would mean, most of us think that when I am going to become a manager, I am going to have an air-conditioned office. I am going to have a lot of people at my service. I will be sitting on a seat and I will be telling people what to do. So in many cases, what most of us do is that we feel okay, let me take a management degree and let me go to my plush big office, sit there, and I will be very happy for the rest of my life. Okay. What is management actually? When you say management, okay, if you look at the book description, it says management is about getting people to do things. But with both of these areas, in terms of getting people to do things and having a plush office, we don't realize what management is about and what it does to me. Where do I come into this entire role? So after all of you have finished your graduation, I guess all of you are engineering students. Most of you would have specialized in respective technical areas. Some of you may have done mechanical engineering, civil engineering, or computer sciences. All of these are what you call as technical skills. These will provide you a foothold into the corporate world and into the industry to execute your own technical responsibilities. But when you say management as a career, or when you say why management studies, okay, companies are large. Every business has an entire gamut of activities that happen. How are large organizations run? All of you would have seen over the last 5 months that when the pandemic hit and when everybody was asked to sit at home, did people stop working? No, they did not stop working. People said, no problem, let me shift my business to my home and let all of us work from remote areas. Every organization has various arms. So when you join the world of work, when you join the world of business, okay, one needs to realize that there are various processes, there are various things happening simultaneously. And in order to ensure that each of these processes works seamlessly and smoothly, what you need is infrastructure, what you need is people, what you need is technology, and what you need overall is people at the leadership helm to take care of each of these functions. And therefore, what happens when you say what is management and what are careers in management? We all need people, we all need leaders, and you need processes to put all of these things together and make an organization run. I repeat the statement when I say making an organization run, and not only to make an organization run, to make it grow and to ensure that whatever business the organization is in, it adapts and it is fruitful and it grows from pillar to pillar, and that it is fruitful to everybody. And that's where management comes in. So I'll just take 2 minutes here to make you understand what you mean by management. When you say management, it's about running an organization successfully. It's about finding solutions and strategic solutions to real life business problems that happen within an organization. It is about getting people within an organization together and using the optimum talent of people who are working with an organization, and then okay, putting all of these pieces together and setting the ball rolling for an organization. Now, typically you will ask me, so ma'am, you are telling me that there are careers in management. Where do I, as an engineer, fit into this entire role? All right, correct. So I want to know what is in it for me in terms of a career in management. Okay. So typically what happens is that if you look any mid-sized normal, you may call it a corporate, you may call it an organization, you may call it a company, it could be a startup, or it could be an entrepreneurial venture. It has various wings in place. So there is a finance department, there is an accounting department, there is what you call as an HR department, there is somebody who markets for the organization, there is somebody who goes out and brings back business, there is a sales wing. So within this fraternity, you and I can make careers. You and I can find niches within the organization and make a career for ourselves in management. Friends, I have not yet come to you on how do I go about for management studies. All right. But then you could make a career in finance management. You could make a career in marketing. So there are 5 broad areas in management as a career. So which is finance management. So it would be finance and accounting. You could make a career in marketing management. You need to man people within an organization. So you could make a career in human resource management, what is typically called as HRM. There is operations management. You also have information technology as a separate wing. And of late, and listen to me very, very carefully, in the recent past, in the last 3 or 4 years, you have new areas coming up in HR, such as, for example, you would have seen all business today is moving on to the virtual world. Everybody is working remotely. Nobody goes to a physical workspace today to buy anything. So there are also new areas such as digital marketing, okay, then IT-enabled services. Sports management is coming up in a big way because there is hospitality management. You can do your management in hospital management. Okay, so there are new and emerging areas which are coming up in the management domain, and that's the reason the world of work has plenty of opportunities for the younger generation to move up and to make careers in management. Now, when I say there are all of these areas, how do I make myself competent enough to join up any of these areas? How do I make myself equipped? And that is where the term managerial effectiveness or developing managerial skills come in. Let me talk to you a little bit about what do you mean by managerial skills. So when I say managerial skills, you need to have the competence of strategic thinking. So that's one. Professional and personal development. So what management studies do to you is that they don't just equip you with domain skills of marketing, finance, HR, operations. What management studies overall, for example, when you join up a management course, or if you join, let's say, I'll be talking to you all a little later about it. But when you say you join a managerial course, it also helps you to develop your professional and your personal acumen. So there is something called communication skills, your influencing ability, your energy levels, your ability to use power, your ability to develop team skills. You cannot work alone today. You need to be able to work with all kinds of people. You may not always get along with people, but team skills are important. Negotiation skills. You also talk about being able to present with people. So building your own charisma and your ability to put everybody together and take the organization to higher levels. So what did I speak to you about? I said domain skills. So you need to have knowledge about every aspect of how an organization runs. So you need to know how the finances run. You need to know how the marketing runs. You need to know how people are managed within an organization. And all this you need to do with what you call as, there is a word for that. It's called soft skills. So you need to develop your soft skills. So within soft skills, there's also what you call as emotional intelligence. Today, you cannot shout at people. You cannot lose your temper. So management studies or a management course will also focus along with your domain development on your personal and your professional development. So when you take up a course in management, you come out as a ready professional. So there is a package. Your personality gets developed through all the various projects and the activities that you come through. And you also get a complete overview of all the domains of how an organization runs. Okay. I spoke to you about strategic thinking also. Today, nobody wants a person who all the time is thinking about problems. The industry wants people who can come up with solutions. The industry wants people who are pleasant, who will say, okay, fine, no problem. This is not working out. Let me look at an alternate way of working on things. And that's where your entire solution-oriented personality becomes, an integral part of managerial effectiveness. I'll take questions from you later on about what are the various managerial effectiveness skills that are important. But typical courses that you may have if you wish to go for management education today, it is given to you either in the form of an MBA, so Masters of Business Administration. You could have a PGDM, which is a postgraduate diploma in management. Some universities give it as a PGPM, which is a postgraduate program in management. And there are also specialized courses for those of us who want to specialize in specific areas. For example, if you want to specialize only in finance management, there could also be a course over there. So you may have a master's in financial management, master's in marketing management, which is an MMM. You may have a master's in labor sciences or a master's in HRN, MHREN. There are various combinations, but what they actually give you is a foundation in management studies. So you start off with a foundation course, or you learn up all the subjects in management, and then maybe in the second year, or in the typically management courses have 4 semesters. In the second year, you may go on for your specialization. Some universities will give you complete course specialization, or in some institutes they may say you can take a combination of your subjects if you don't want to specialize in a particular area. All right. Do we have any questions there with regard to management studies? Or since I have about 10 minutes more, can I move on to what you can do in as a specialization in human resource management? Any questions? Or should we take questions at the end of the session? Dr. Poonawala, sir, you can advise me on that.
See, we will have both the session first, and then at the end, we will have the question answer session.
Okay. Okay. So right now, since I've spoken to you about management studies, I'd like to focus a little right now on what does it mean. I spoke to you about 4 areas: finance, marketing, HR, operations, IT. Let us focus a little on human resource management. So the area that looks at people. No organization can work without people. Today, people are more important. You may speak about artificial intelligence, you may speak about robots, but organizations are run by people. And that's where HR comes in. In the earlier days, it used to be known as personnel management. So people would do a course in, masters in personnel management. In due course of time, the world of work realized that it is people who bring in value to the organization. And that's how slowly personnel management began to be called as human resource management. So when you say human resource management, it's about managing or enabling people within the organization to be at the most productive. How can you get people to be more productive? How can you give value to people? And how can you compensate them and enable and empower them to do their best in the organization? Now, many times what happens is when you ask people, why do you want to do HR? People, the youngsters say, I want to do HR because I like people. Yes, you need to like people, but it's not only about liking people. It's about managing human resource metrics and getting the optimum out of people who are there in the organization. What are the typical areas in human resource management or in an HR department? So suppose tomorrow you join as an entry level, let's say a management trainee or an HR executive in an organization. What are the typical areas or the portfolios that you can look forward to? First of all, there is recruitment and selection. So there are companies keep on recruiting and taking on people as and how new projects come in. So there is the area of recruitment and selection. It's known as HR planning. Earlier it used to be known as manpower planning. People need to be trained, and therefore you may have the process or the function of learning and development. Earlier it used to be called training and development. Over a period of time, companies realized that it's about learning, it's not about training. So there is, in short, it is known as L&D. There are employee onboarding processes. So when you take people into the organization, there is induction and getting people acclimatized to the culture of the organization. You have a big area in human resource management, which is called as performance management and compensation systems. Somebody has to pay these people, and somebody has to manage how people get compensated and rewarded to perform their best in the organization. So that is where you have performance management and compensation systems. All of you would have heard of performance appraisals in an organization. So who appraises and who promotes people? And a very critical area in HR is that of industrial relations, or what you call as managing employment regulations. Today it is known as employee relations, but industrial relations is about handling workers, handling trade unions, and making sure that there is no unrest within the organization. So when you join at an entry level in an HR profile in an organization, you could either join as an HR analyst, you could join as a management trainee HR, you could join as an HR executive, or you could join as a junior manager HR. And you will ask me, do I remain there for the rest of my life? No, not at all. Not at all. As you grow up the ladder in an HR domain, you could go as high as a CEO of the company. Why? Because today, more than ever, it is being realized that people who can manage and who can take talent along with them are the ones who can head organizations. So you can be a director HR, you can sit in the boardroom with the CEO or the chairman of the organization, and you can take strategic decisions along with the CEOs in an organization. You can become a training head, and you can also, typically what happens nowadays is on strategic positions, there is no such thing as a specialization. You can move across profiles and you can get into cross-functional roles. Global human resources management is a big domain because all businesses are going global. So you need to be able to work with people across the globe and from various nationalities and from various cultures. Okay? In the next 3 minutes or 2 minutes, since I'm running out of time right now, I'll speak to you about new areas that are coming into HR nowadays. All of you are engineers, so you are all very familiar with artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality. All of you would have seen last week that the IIT conducted their entire convocation on a virtual reality platform. All right. Now, these technical areas such as artificial intelligence, virtual reality are coming in a big way in the HR domain. So areas such as counseling, mentoring, employee leave records, employee growth management, career planning for employees is all being managed on digital platforms. So you have Alexas. I'm just taking the name of Alex. All of you have heard of an Alexa. Okay. You have robotics coming in a big way in the international platform in HR. A lot of multinationals in India are also adopting these. It will take some time for all of this to get automated, but HR systems are being automated in a big way, and that is where the engineer HR combination is being looked at in a big way, and it's a welcome area for all of you to make careers. One last thing. If you wish to become an HR professional, okay, what you need in today's day and age, okay, I repeat, is one, of course, when you do your HR and if you specialize in your HR, you will be taught all of these. But a strong knowledge of employment regulations, labor laws, a strong base in analytics. So you need to be able to handle big data about people. So people metrics is the in thing or the buzzword today. They're calling sentiment analysis, employee surveys or climate surveys of people, how people feel within the organization, talent metrics, okay, HR analytics, what you call as the HR scorecard, and big data analytics connected with people management. These are the strong emerging areas in which you can make careers in human resource management. All right. So what did we speak about? Just to sum it up, we spoke about careers in management. We spoke about the domains in management. We spoke about what are the skills that you can develop and you need to have. We spoke about what is HR and what are the emerging careers in HR, and what are the skills and competencies that you and I can develop and need to develop if we have to make careers in HR. So I think I've spoken for 20 minutes. If there are any questions, or I hand over to Dr. Poonawalla. Over to you, sir, for this.
Hello. Thank you, Dr. Rita, for such a nice presentation. If anyone from the audience have some questions, they can put it up to Dr. Shrikesh. Dr. Shrikesh, are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Can
The
the
question
question
answer
be
session.
taken on a chat box?
Yes, we are taking the questions on the chat box. At the
Chat
end, we
box?
will be asking, sir.
Yes, okay. So fine. So our next speaker is Dr. Firdaus Shroff. So I will introduce Dr. Firdaus Shroff. Firdaus Shroff is there. Dr. Firdaus Shroff. Dr. Firdaus. Dr. Firdaus Shroff is a multi-talented man.
Your mic is mute, sir. Firdaus sir, your mic is muted.
Who's mine? Mine is Firdaus sir ka.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Yes,
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
sir. We can hear you, sir. Yeah.
So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
introduce Dr. Firdaus. Dr. Firdaus
Yes, sir.
has connected multi-skills. He is a lion. First thing is a lion doctorate in management, and he is also an advocate, a global motivational guru, and ambassador of peace. He is a PhD, MBA, MA, LLB, CAAIIB, PGDI, RM, PM, PGDCM, PGDPI, and many others. He is a fellow of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. He is a banker cum academician by profession. The freelance professor, mentor, and motivational coach at various reputed institutes and universities. He is a Senate member of Pune University. He is an examiner for PhD and certified corporate trainer. He worked as a joint director at IIBF, that is Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, and a director at Ketna Institute of Management and Sir M. Visvesvaraya Institute of Management Studies. He served Union Bank for about 28 years. He is having PhD in IT based board of directors. He is a PhD in IT in banking, that is computer technology in banking services. See, this is one area where computers in IT technology is widely used for the common people in the banking system. He is on the board of directors at Zoroastrian Bank and charitable trust of Bharti. Okay. He has written books on modern banking technology. He is widely traveled to Sri Lanka, Dhaka, Bangkok, and many other countries. And he has got awards in accolades. He is an expert nominee on NBA and AICT. He has recently published a small booklet on inner engineering. We talk of outer engineering, he has started speaking on inner engineering. That is motivational book, very beautiful book I've read. So I hand over the things to Dr. Firdaus Shroff. Dr. Firdaus Shroff will take
Thank
over
you.
and will have his own session. Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. Are you able to see the PPT, sir?
Yeah. PPT is in. Thank you, sir. At the outset, I would like to thank the management, the trustees, Dr. Poonawalla, for making me associated here on the webinar. And I am already associated with the KC Engineering College, Thane. And I would like to congratulate Madam, who has recently given all the views on top tips on management as a career, and she has made my webinar easy. And her name is Roshan. उन्होंने तो पूरा रोशन कर दिया वेबिनार को. एंड मेरा नाम फिरदौस है, मीन्स जन्नत. अभी मैं आपको हेवन में लेके चलता हूँ. सो हेवन इज हियर एंड हियर अलोन. तो मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि पहले मैं होशियार था. दुनिया बदल, खुद को बदल जाओ, पूरी दुनिया बदल जाएगी. नेक्स्ट screen. The objective of my presentation. Hello, one.
We don't see
the
your
objective of
screen,
my
please. Professor Hasib. Professor
Yes, sir.
Hasib, the screen is not been seen.
yeah. Can you see?
No.
The objective of the presentation is to Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Your
We
new
can
career
hear you,
awaits
sir.
you.
Yes.
What should be the first time manager do? Most in demand MBA specialization, highest paying management jobs. Who earns more, CA or MBA? And reference videos and books. Next screen. Next. Yeah. So what is a management as a career? Career management is a combination of structured planning, active management, and choice of one's own professional career. The career includes all types of employment ranging from semi-skilled through skilled and semi-professional to professional. And the management is always a continuous professional development, CPD. Keep honing your skills till end. Nobody can achieve the heights. You have to always keep climbing. So always keep your continuous professional in your career into your entire life. Keep honing your skills and keep growing up. Next. So management is an art to manage men. As I said, you should be able to handle people, take along with you. As a leader, you say, don't walk in front of me, I shall not follow. Don't walk behind me, I shall not lead. Be with my side, shoulder to shoulder. Together we can achieve the goal. So that is the leader. You should take everybody along with you. Is management a good career? The question generally doubts in the minds of students is, the lure of management as a career path is strong. After all, it is good to be boss. Always everybody wants to be boss. So you are the leader. So you have to lead from the front. So in between there are managers of managers, general managers, product and project managers focused on initiatives and offerings, and a variety of other roles, regardless of the title, are still management positions. So as a boss, you have to lead. You have to take everybody along with you in the organization. Next. Do I start a career in management? Every manager has had a first management job somewhere in his career. Like most other jobs though, no one wants to give you the first management job unless you have experience, and you can't get management experience if no one will give you the first job. I think everybody comes across, I think the students will be facing this problem, because how do I get the experience when nobody is employing me? So here is what you need to know, and more importantly, what you need to do to get that first management job. I will give you some of the tips how you can groom yourself. Next. Strategies for getting your first management position. Do your job well. Nobody is going to put you in charge if you can't do your own job. Do your homework. Find out what managers do. Develop people skills. as Madam has also said, soft skills, initiative, be proactive in how you can lead details. Next. Next. Do your job well. Doing job well means nobody is going to put you in charge if you can't do your own job. The first the first step in landing a management is doing a good job at the job you have. You don't have to be the best, but you do have to be good. Winners don't do different things, but they do things differently. So always be the winner. The best programmer in the company may not make a good development manager. They prefer to write code instead of taking on the responsibilities of management. However, it is a safe bet that the development manager used to be a good programmer. So always try to take responsibility, show your higher responsibility if you want to grow up in the ladder of organization. Next. Find out what managers do. Watch the managers in your organization and see what they do and how they do it. Read books on management and leadership and learn what to do and what not to do. Ask questions to managers you know. Keep your mind open and be inquisitive. Jignasya. Keep inquiring. Just like a child, he always keeps on inquiring. You also should try to keep inquisitiveness. Ask questions and keep on clearing your doubts. Never keep your doubts in your mind. Keep asking people, your managers, your leaders, your mentors, whomsoever you want to ask. Next. Develop people skills. The single most important skill for any manager is the ability to manage people. That is what management is called. Learn how people think, react, and function when faced with different outside forces. Develop respect for people, even those different from you. Accept the unaccepted. Whatever you may like, you will not get in life. But whatever you have in your organization, in your environment, in your society, in your day-to-day life, in your family, accept as it is. Don't keep questioning. So you have to be acceptable, not questionable every time. Don't react, accept it. Learn how to work with people and then you can learn how to influence their behavior. Develop people skills. Nobody will promote you to a management position if you can't manage people. Anyone who gets a management position and can't manage people is doomed to failure. Management is a continuous professional development process, as I earlier said, and keep learning new skills, acquire knowledge, degrees, diplomas, certificates, refer books, and keep yourself updated always from time to time. And that will lead to higher and higher promotions and productivity in your organization. Next. Show initiatives. Always you have to come forward. आगे आना चाहिए हमें, पीछे नहीं खड़ा रहना चाहिए. Whenever anything is being faced in your organization, come forward as a leader. Leader should always keep everybody together. Don't sit at your desk and wait for someone to hand you for a management job. Demonstrate initiative. One key management skill is planning. So volunteer to help your boss prepare the annual budget by collecting necessary information. Be proactive. Offer to help put together the estimate of what new addition to the product line will cost. If your department has to send someone to the planning committee for a company picnic or an employee relations committee, HR study group, volunteer for it. Always be proactive and come forward and take the lead. Next. Next slide. Take on whatever you can without negatively impacting your performance of your main job. Another great opportunity to learn and practice management skills whose cause you support. The skills and experience you gain from the volunteer work can help you land the first management job at work. So try to hone your skills before you join any big organization. Try to start from a scratch, from lower to higher up. So keep learning. Next. The volunteer work also exposes you to others who may hire you or recommend their boss hire you into the first management job in a different company. So this will give another advantage for you when you start with NGOs or any other small companies, so that will take you to the higher ladder. Scratch. Next. Ask for the advancement. Means finally, if you want to be considered for a management position, ask for it. Don't wait for someone to come and offer it to you. Approach your boss and tell him or her you would like to follow the example and move into management. Ask them to keep you in mind the next time they need someone to head up a committee or lead a small team or something similar. Team means together everyone achieves more. That is why it is known as TEAM. Involve to carry out different tasks. सभी के साथ चलना है और हमें आगे बढ़ना है. सबका साथ सबका विकास. So take everybody together and take the lead in the organization. Next. That way they know you are interested and will keep an eye on you when they see you can handle smaller things. They will start to delegate larger things, eventually leading to a supervisor or management position. So you have to keep excelling in your activities in whatever position you are, so that next your boss will see your performance and give you the higher position. Next. Your new career awaits you. In a larger organizations, the HR department maintains a list of open positions on the company intranet. Smaller companies may just post the list on the bulletin board. Keep an eye on the list. When you see an entry-level management position on the list, apply for it. If you have done for your job, well, done your homework and learned what managers do, develop people skills, and shown your boss your interest in management, your boss will probably support your application and your entry to the organization will be 100%. So first develop your skills, do your work, do your job, and then automatically आपको जो किया हुआ कर्म करो, फल की चिंता मत करो. Fal will always follow you. You have to do your karam. That's all. So keep working. Next. Soft skills relate to how you work. Soft skills include interpersonal people skills, communication skills, listening skills, time management, and empathy, among others. Listening skills is very important. So when you listen, you learn. Don't disturb or try to make again counter questions. Keep listening what others want to say. So when you listen, you will learn. And empathy. Sympathy is only when you say I am with you, I am with you. But empathy is when you step into their shoes and really feel what your organization is. So you should always be empathetic in your organization. Next. Your new career awaits you. Top 10 soft skills for customer service job. Clear communications, listening skills, self-control, positive attitude, assertiveness, conflict resolution, empathy, depersonalization, taking responsibility, and a sense of humor. Always be cheerful and always be happy. Sense of humor should be there in your organization if you want to come up in life as a leader. So always take that thing and keep doing the things again and again. Perseverance should be there. Never get disappointed when the failure comes. Failure is nothing but it should be a launching pad for success. सागर पूछे नदी से कब तक मेरे खारे पानी में बहती रहोगी? तो नदी ने जवाब दिया, जब तक मैं तेरा पानी मीठा न कर दूं, तब तक मैं तेरे पानी में बहती रहोगी. So river also knows one day I will make the सागर का खारा पानी भी मीठा कर दूंगी. So keep working. करते जाओ. आपका काम है खाली करते रहना. Perform. That's all. Next, what should a first-time manager do? Get up on the right foot with these steps for a smooth transition. Get smart. First off, make it your personal mission to learn everything you can. Believe me, this is a big key to success as a new manager. You cannot spell success without you. So when the success comes, it is because of you. Nobody can help you in getting the success otherwise than you. So you is very essential in success while spelling the word success. Find a mentor, talk to him, try to find out ways, listen to him, and try to change your path and improve upon day by day. Change your focus. Your focus should be like a magnifying glass. So when you put a magnifying glass in the sun and put it on your skin, your hand, just see what happens, because all the 7 rays are focused. So you should try to be focused. Then your achievement and your goal will be fulfilled. Listen and learn. Don't worry, when you win, you win. But when you fail, you learn. So keep trying again and again. Address relationship skills. Relationship is very essential in the organization. Be a model behavior. You should be, people should look upon you as a model, role model. And manage up. So whatever things you want to take into further organization, take a lead and take it higher and higher. Next, most in demand MBA specializations. These are the general doubts where students generally ask, okay, which MBA specialization should I take? They are general management, international management, strategy management, consulting management, finance leadership, entrepreneurship, marketing management, operations management, IT, or technology management. There are, if you want to go into banking and finances field, you should have the treasury management also. You must have heard about the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, which is an institute of all the banks. Members are all the banks into that organization, and they conduct degrees and diplomas and certificate courses. Diploma in banking and finance. If you want to go into the banking stream, you can take up this course, diploma in banking and finance, treasury management, credit management. Website of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, www.iibf.org.in. If you have any questions, you can ask me at the later time also, no problem. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide, Habib. Hi. Highest paying management jobs. Again, the doubts in students. These are chief executives, computer and information systems manager, architectural and engineering managers, marketing managers, banking and financial managers, sales managers, natural science managers, compensation and benefits managers, public relations and fundraising managers, human resource managers, and legal managers. These are the areas, fields which you can think about it if anybody would like to go in for higher paid in management jobs. Next. Next doubt in the minds of students is, who earns more, CA or MBA? There are CAs who earn 10 lakhs per year, and on the other side, there are CAs who earn only rupees 10,000 per year. And the same is the situation with an MBA, earns more than a CA or vice versa. Instead, money making depends on your hard work, passion, and wit. How you show your performance, you will be able to rise up in your pay scale matters also. So perform well so that your pay packet also increases. Don't worry about who is getting more or who is getting less. Your performance is there. You just do the job. That's all. and leave rest to God. Everything will come out fine. You should have hard work, passion, and wit. These three things depends upon your pay packet. So work hard. Next. Next slide, please. Reference books for inspiring videos and books for your reference. Refer documentaries on best management and leadership and get inspired. Namely, War and Peace on Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, Keepers of the Flame on Life of Jamsetji and Tata, and refer books on motivations, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and Achieving Professional Excellence, Inner Engineering by myself. As our Poonawala has already said, this is the book which I have authored, Apex, which I call, that is the highest peak, and Inner Engineering. In your KC College of Engineering, you have Outer Engineering. I connect to your Inner Engineering. आपका inner का bolt and spare parts I repair, not externally. So Poonawala sir is aware of that, how to have that molding inner side. So next slide, please. Next. To conclude, I would like to quote, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who is stronger, smarter, prettier or richer. The only thing that matters is whether you are happy or not. Be happy all your life. Be cheerful. Be smiling. Keep laughing. Keep enjoying. Make friends. Be with them and enjoy your life. That is the first thing. Profession will keep on following you, but you should be first happy in your life. Otherwise, happy nahi hua to kuch nahi hai. So I would like to conclude by saying, नजर को बदलो नजारे बदल जाएंगे, सोच को बदलो सितारे बदल जाएंगे, कश्तियों को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं, सिर्फ दिशाएं बदलो किनारे बदल जाएंगे, सिर्फ दिशाएं बदलो किनारे बदल जाएंगे. So thank you very much, Dr. Poonawala, your trustees, the directors, your management of KC College of Engineering, for giving me a lovely opportunity to address the students of your college and other things. So now it is the time for you to act wisely. I am mad, making a difference. I am not a mad professor, but I am a mad person because I will make a difference in you. That is the major thing which I do, making changes in the youth so that they can progress and go ahead. I motivate them. We will have open question answer session after the talk. I think Mr. Poonawala will take over now, sir. Thank you, sir.
Poonawala sir, hello.
Professor Shrikesh is there?
Yes, sir, I am there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You handle the question answer session, please.
Yes, sir. Just a second. One of the questions is there of one of the student. Is KC open for the admission guidance? Yes, we are open for the admission guidance. We are open every day, Monday to Saturday, anytime. You can always come to KC College. We are always there for the guidance. You can also note down my mobile number. That is 98202 95895. You can call me. You can come to the college. We are there to guide. Next question is, which specialization should we opt for? See, specialization depends upon your interest, depends upon your capability. According to that, you have to take the specialization. Any from the speakers, anybody wants to speak about this? Which specialization we should opt for?
Yes. See, it depends on your interest and also on your ability. And sometimes it is advisable to actually go for, decide in your first year of management. For example, if you're going through 2 years, MBA program is usually for 2 years. So the first year gives you an overview of all the subjects. And that, I guess, is the time to decide, where you find your comfort. You could also go in for a dual specialization. Uh, but typically, it's always nice to know yourself. And more than looking at your weaknesses, it's always nice to look at what you are good at. I call it appreciative inquiry. For example, people who go in for finance as a specialization have an intrinsic interest in, let's say, managing company finances. They are more, I wouldn't say money oriented, but they are uh, good with numbers, multiplication of finances. uh, Typically what marketing requires is for you to have a lot of outgoing and negotiation skills. So you need to be able to market your company's business, as well as some degree of an outgoing nature. You need to be very, very digi savvy nowadays to be able to be a good marketing person. Whereas for an HR person, to be an HR professional, what you need is the ability to make things more productive. However, uh, it's always better to take an overview of all the subjects, learn all those in the first year of your management course, and then decide which area you would wish to go. Having said all of this today, it is extremely important, and I repeat, it is extremely important for each one of you to have an analytical bent of mind. So 30% of anything that you learn in your management has to do with big data, data analysis, and having a metrics oriented bent of mind. I hope that answers your question. Yes.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. The next question is that does KC give EBC benefit? Yes, we give EBC benefit. The parental income, if it is less than 8 lakhs, then the EBC benefit is given by KC College. There is a 50% of concession in the fees. So yes, we give the EBC benefit. Uh, we have international viewers also. I would like to share with my all the audience and as well as the speakers from Philippines. We have got a very good remark, like suggestion that the program was very good and very informative. Thank you, Maria Cristina. Is from Philippines, who is viewing us from the international view. Uh, yes, this is the only questions from the students. Hasib sir,
Yeah, hello, sir. Yeah,
yeah, you can
yeah,
start
I think
vote of thanks.
before
yeah,
Hasib,
yeah, sir.
1 minute. Brother Hasib,
Yes, sir. Tell me.
I'll just speak for 2 minutes and then you can take over. Okay?
Yes, sir.
See, basically, I have found mostly the engineers, they are good technically, but while managing the thing, they become little weak. So I think this is a good opportunity for all person from engineering background to take an additional program in management to go ahead in their life. I think I have seen many engineers going to JB when I was going to JBIMS to teach. Most of the students who used to come gradually increased from other thing to mostly engineering graduates, and they perform well after getting their degree in management because they can take up bigger challenges when they go up in the ladder in the organization. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. A very good afternoon to everyone. I, on behalf of Excelsior Education Societies, KC College of Engineering and Management Studies and Research, extend a hearty vote of thanks to our speakers, Dr. Rita Rangnekar, Institutional Development IPS Mumbai, Dr. Firdaus Shroff, Global Motivational Speaker, Dr. Shrikesh Pujari, HOD and Director MMS Department, KCC MSR, for giving us an excellent insight of management as a career. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing the occasion and sharing their opinions today. We are all inspired by your great words. With great respect and honor, I would also like to thank our Honorable Chairperson Dr. Harsh Khanna ma'am, Managing Director Dr. Sai Kiran Khanna sir, Director Mrs. Pushpa Narang ma'am, Chief Operating Officer Dr. Pooja Rai ma'am, Dr. N.S. Poonawala sir, Dean R&D and Director IIIC, and our Principal sir Dr. Vilas Nitnaware sir for giving us this great privilege to organize this webinar. I would also like to thank all the participants, staff members and students for passionately participating in this event and making this session a great success. Thank you everyone once again for gracious presence.
Thank you. Thank you. Hasib, I'll send across my PowerPoint if you wish to send it to the students.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Yeah, just send it.
Thank you so much. Okay, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Firdaus sir. Thank
Thank
you,
you, everyone.
ma'am.
Yes.
Rita ma'am.
Thank you, Firdausa Tonki. Thank you, Dr. Shrikesh. And thank you, Dr. Poonawala. It was wonderful.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
Professor Hasib.
everybody.
Thank you.
And Hasib sir for the wonderful cooperation that they have given during this event. Thank you very much.